Sherica Hymes, and I am the founder and host of the Total Woman Summit. Welcome to tonight's edition of the Flourishing as a Total Woman virtual workshop series. Welcome to tonight's edition. I am so excited about what we have in store for you tonight. So, first off, let me just tell you what we're going to talk about tonight. We are going to be talking about creating new income streams as beauty providers in the midst of this global pandemic, aka COVID-19, life interrupted. But it does not have to be money interrupted. So I have gathered together a team of beauty industry global executives. We had a great talk this morning with Lori. We had a great talk this afternoon with Jelana. And now we're going to cap it off with Camille Wright, who is a VP and PR. She has a long title, so I'm going to be saying a lot for a long period of time, and I'm probably going to miss something, but she's going to give me some grace. But we have Camille Wright, who is the VP of PR and social networking and communications and brand management for AMPRO Industries, which is a global beauty brand. Welcome, Camille. How are you tonight?
I am doing just fine. Thank you very much, Sherica. We are excited to be here with you in the midst of this global pandemic experience.
Global, people.
Global.
It's worldwide.
Worldwide.
It's like the web. It's worldwide, okay?
Worldwide.
Like the web. Yes. So let me give you all, before I do that, I want to do a systems check. So I need someone to type for us in the chat if you can hear and see us both okay and clearly. Okay. Yep. They said they can hear us. We're all clear. Awesome. So let's get to it. Let me tell you guys the rules of engagement before I punt to Camille and ask her our first question. The rules of engagement are as follows. Rules 1 through 50, we are going to have fun. Rules 51 through 100, we are going to have a conversation. You're going to be talking to us, and we're going to talk to you. These webinars were designed to get you the information that you want, get the questions answered from the executives and experts that are on the front lines that can help you. So make sure that you're taking notes, make sure that you're paying attention, and just be engaged. Secondly, please know that you can ask your questions throughout the conversation. You don't have to wait until the end. You can go ahead and drop them inside the Q&A. You have two ways to ask questions. You can drop them inside Q&A. You can ask them anonymously, or if you're feeling particularly bold tonight, you can ask them in chat where everybody can see, or you can just send them to Camille and then I will navigate that. So without further ado, let me tell you a little bit about the Total Woman Summit and why it was created. The Total Woman Summit was created to empower women through education, connection, and community. And in keeping with our commitment to education, that's why we created this entire virtual workshop series that spans 11 days, 26 dynamic speakers, and 22 sessions. We're talking about everything from faith to mommying to how to grow your business to relationships, whether you boot up or whether you're living your best single life. And then we're going to top it off with getting the perspective of our youth. That's how we're going to close up the whole series. So we're excited. So let's get to it. Camille, welcome, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. I've been in the beauty industry what I believe is all my life. I grew up in somebody's salon chair, getting this hair fried, dyed, laid to the side, all in the city of Memphis. So this is my home. I'm from Memphis. I grew up here. I went to elementary school here, middle school, high school, college, grad school. I'm a Memphian. And as far as AMPRO is concerned, I've been with AMPRO for 12 years. I started out there in community relations. So my heart has always been with the people, and I've grown there for 12 and a half years to the position that I'm in now, to where I'm basically managing everything that has anything to do with our consumers. So business to consumers, I oversee that conversation. From the products that we're going to bring forward to how we're going to bring them to you. So that whole pipeline, and then communicating with you once you receive that product, how you feel about it. So I'm all about the consumer, and that's something that I've been about, I guess, my entire life. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I'm a
So
mom.
don't get twisted. Yeah. Oh, and she's a mom. She's a
I'm a
mom.
mom. I'm a
She's
wife.
mom.
So
Yes. She's a sister. She's
I'm
a
a
daughter.
sister. Yeah, I'm a
She's an
daughter.
advocate. We can keep going on with these adjectives.
Yeah.
Good. But we won't bore you with that. We'll go ahead and get started. So
Yeah.
we may see your baby. She may pop on screen.
Oh, and my son will come through this door in a minute. He's been working at AMPRO.
That's fine. That's fine. You gotta use all of this power to make sure he's making some money. I love it. I love it.
Right.
Okay, so you may have heard that Camille really is a Memphian through and through, but let me tell you something. You can barely find her in Memphis because she's always jet setting all over the world when we're not in the middle of a global pandemic. Because when I said she manages, really, and manage is really just a term of not her title. I want to be clear about that because she's the vice president for AMPRO Industries. So don't get it twisted. She is all over the world with this brand. But Camille, when people think about AMPRO, they really sometimes, if they haven't been keeping up with the keeping up, they may just think about the black gel. Can you tell us a little bit more about your diversification of products?
Now, I will say that people do largely think of our black gel, that AMPRO Pro Style, and I wish I had some with me, but I've been in quarantine since the end of March, so whatever I had has been used and disposed of. But I'm fine with that. I'm totally okay and fine with people thinking of AMPRO Pro Style and thinking of that gel because it is America's #1 fastest selling gel.
Wow.
It is. And it of course, has been even throughout this pandemic. But we do make a host of other products, namely our Shine and Jam line, which is really taking off with braiders. I've got one here that I'm going to demo while we're having this conversation, and it's our new.
What is the bottles, people? She told me when we live, she was like, Sherica, I'm going to go ahead and hit them with I'm doing my hair. You guys see I'm watching my natural coils right now. So, listen, okay? We're out here doing it. So Camille is going to do our hair. This is what you get when you show up for a Total Woman Summit event. You never know what's going to happen. Okay, so that Shine and Jam, I'm fresh out, okay? What else do you guys have, Camille?
But we make everything literally from root to tip. So from shampoos, conditioners, detanglers, we've even gotten into skincare. So this time last year, the company purchased, if anybody's familiar with the Keystone Company, they were also a company in Memphis. We have the Keystone brand. So the Long Aid products, the Ultra Glow products, K7, Viva soaps. I mean, we make a ton of products. But I mean, the black gel is still, and the clear ice gel, they're still our best selling products because they are literally everywhere from coast to coast.
Wow.
And overseas.
Wow. Yeah. So I told you guys, she is completely global in this hair care industry. And I just want to shout out because I'm going to tell you something. I have decided this week that if your friends aren't shady, they're not your close friends. My Shady Boots friend, Chris, is on here. And she was like, after do they sell Jerry Carroll juice? Because she is committed to saying that I am looking like Michael Jackson from the Off the Wall album. And she's like, your hair better not be dry on screen tonight. Oh, my God. Why is she doing
But you know it's coming back, though, right?
Really?
Everybody's gonna take their natural hair, and we're gonna add a little bit more moisture to it until we drip it. It's a cycle.
I'm not.
So the answer to that would be yes. The answer to that would be yes.
No, I will not be putting the Stay Soft Jerry Curl juice in my hair. We digress. Anyway, let's get to this conversation.
Activator is selling out.
Oh my Lord, not the activator. So Camille, listen, let me ask you a question. So this global pandemic has changed the game. Stylists are not going to the salons. Makeup artists they weren't booked and busy because of prom season, which is one of their biggest seasons of the year. Just manicurists aren't doing this, but it doesn't mean that you can't make money. Tell me sort of what you've been seeing in the industry with beauty providers. How have they been navigating this market now in the midst of this pandemic?
Okay, so this is a great conversation starter for me to start doing my hair, because one of the best things that I saw going on online, and I bought into, okay, we make this product, but I'm not one of those people that ask people to send me stuff or give me a deal or give me a discount. Magic Finger Studio started selling quarantine kits. Okay, she's in Brooklyn. Her shop is closed down. Of course, we know what's going on in New York right now and hit really hard. So of course her salon's closed. She has people on staff who she pays to like work and braid. Well, none of that's going on. So she started shipping quarantine kits. And in every kit, you got an 8-ounce gel, a comb. This isn't the comb. My daughter loves the red comb. So anyway, a red comb, a twisty, like everything you need.
Wow. And she started selling quarantine kits?
Wow. Kits. And she's
so what
shipping
she
these.
did?
She
Wait a
is
minute,
shipping
show
these.
that hair again. Let me see.
Now this is my special braid. Now again, I paid for it, but she did me a special, like, you see that 5-strand braid?
That's dope. I like
Isn't
it.
it dope? Isn't it dope?
That's nice. I like it.
Like,
so she started outside the box, and she used, let's be clear, because we like to give practical advice here. So she already gets product discounts as a stylist. So what she did was, since she couldn't buy the products and use them for herself, she bought the products, upsell them.
Yeah, this is product she already had. Yeah.
Oh, that's even
product
better.
that she already uses in her shop. So instead of so it wouldn't be sitting around not being consumed, she decided to allow people to buy it. So she opened literally like a beauty supply store online using her social networks to keep that business flowing.
That's tip number one, people. Okay, you gotta pivot and shift. Okay, pivot and shift. That's number one. If you don't have products right now in your salons that you could be selling, what you should do is you should start ordering stuff offline. In fact, I'm a big believer in this anyway, because I have a good friend, true story. Her name is Tequila. Tequila lives in Seattle, Washington. That's my girl. So Tequila flies to New York. This is a true story. She has curly coils. Her hair is like this big, and it's all hers. She goes to New York to Diva Curl or Diva Salon to get her hair done. But she's like, that's the only place where she can get her hair cut. So she's just sitting across the country to get her hair cut and colored, but she only has to do it twice a year. But what they have done, because this happened in the midst of that situation, they started selling like custom products just for her hair, right? So that's what they did. And they upsold them, sent them to her, because she's a crazy person. She buys in bulk everything. So she bought a bunch of stuff. So, and then that made other people want to buy them. So that's a missed opportunity. Even when we get out of the stay-at-home, isolation, quarantine, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're leveraging the fact that you get a discount on products. If I'm your client and customer, I should never be buying my hair care products from anyone else but you. Yeah. If you can get them, even if you don't use them, if you can get them and you know what your clients use, go ahead and take a poll. What products are you guys using at home? Make sure that you keep a steady flow of those.
Well, see, that was going to be one of my main points too, is that in this day and age, every single stylist and or barber should be offering some type of retail at their location. Everyone. Because what we know is that even though products are available at the beauty supply, your customer base would rather buy from you. They're right there. They're in your chair. You're using the product. Before they leave, before they end their session, it happens all over the United States. Feel their purses, feel their bags, with the products that you have to offer them. Does it have to be your own signature product? Not necessarily, not to begin with. It could be, some AMPRO Pro Style gel. Everybody wants to know, what do I need to do to my hair to maintain it? Load them up before they leave out the door. This is something we need to all take from us and take from this experience, is
load them up and send them out the door, people.
Absolutely.
And now then, Camille, how would they go about determining what their prices should be? I have a school of thought on that, but I'll let the expert tell you, and then I'll give you my non-expert opinion on it.
Everyone's customer is different. I think that people know each stylist and barber knows their customer base. I think that you should market toward your customer base, period. So you know what that is. If you have to make 100% on your products, after you buy it, if you need to make 100% markup, then that's what you need to do. And you find companies that are able to provide that for you. If that makes sense. But whatever you're using, whatever you're selling, that needs to be what you're using. That's where the buy-in is going to take place. So to me, everything is about know your customer, period. Know your customer.
Know your customer, okay? That's number one. Know your customer, and then if you haven't been selling retail, you need to start selling retail. That's what you need to do. It doesn't have to be your own custom product. You just resell other people's products. Because let's break it down. That's exactly what Walgreens is doing. That's exactly what the beauty supply stores are doing. That's what Walmart is doing. They are just reselling somebody else's product, and then they are marking it up.
And I'll tell you, a lot of people don't understand beauty supplies. What I hear from a lot of stylists and barbers is that they want to make 100% of their product back. But the beauty supplies are going for 30%. Do I think that a professional should try and meet that level? No, because the level of service that you get from your service provider is much higher than what you get from the regular beauty supply store owner, right? So if you go anywhere from 60% above as a markup, I believe your customer would pay it because they're getting that personal one-on-one expertise from you. I do it all the time. I don't want anybody to send me to the beauty supply to buy anything. Unless you're going to come with me, I want to make sure I'm buying the right thing, because what do we know? They're not going to take it back. If we buy the wrong thing, they're not going to take it back. They don't honor anything like that. So having a one-on-one experience is worth that markup. That's why Walgreens is a little more expensive, because it's available right there on the corner. It's all about convenience. So when you have your customer in your chair, go ahead and feed them everything that you know that they need, because they're going to buy it anyway. They may as well buy it from you.
Absolutely. And so as a customer, I will tell you this. Time is the most valuable resource. If you ever heard me speak at anything, you know how I feel about time. For those of you who are new, let me tell you. Time is my most valuable asset and resource because it's non-renewable. So I would rather give you anything than give you my time. And if I give you my time, it must mean that I really want to do whatever it is that we're doing. Having said that, I know for a fact that my manicurist, she has a markup on the stuff that I buy from her. I don't care. I'm already sitting there. I'm not going anyplace else.
Yeah.
It's there. I don't care. I was having this debate, true story. I was having this debate with one of my friends. She was like, that cream, she's marking that cream up. You probably paid double what she paid for it. I was like, and your point is? Because was it double? Because by the time I get in my car, I've already been sitting there with her. If I'm getting a full suite of services that day, a pedicure and a manicure, I've been there 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Do you think from there, I am going to leave, go to a store, try to find the same product, but now I'm going to spend some more time, some more gas to go save $2? You have life messed up.
And consider our new normal. There are going to be fewer places that we're going to be willing to go. Once we're out, we're out. People aren't going to be wanting to spend so much time out going from place to place, hipping all over the town. I know I'm not. If I'm at the salon, I'm going to be at the salon. And when I leave the salon, I'm probably going to be headed home because that's my new normal. The less I have the opportunity to expose myself to various things, the better. So I'm going to be at the salon, and while I'm here, load me up because I'm going to the house. Give me my bonnet, my scarf.
Everything. See, she said even the bonnet. Give her bonnet. Listen, y'all were missing
AMPRO has
out.
bonnet wholesale on our website.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. They have, wait a minute, she just dropped the whole nugget. They have bonnets wholesale on their website. So let me go ahead and drop this in here, okay? AMPRO, hold on. She didn't split this hair all the way back. Okay, so you guys' website, your website is ampro.com, right?
AMPROgel.com.
AMPROgel.com. Right there you go. So let's see. Somebody just asked this question. What about the younger generation of people who don't mind waiting to leave to save a few dollars at a store? Then that's not your target customer.
Then that's not your target, right? That's not your customer. And everybody can't be. You know, you only have so many hours in a day. You only have so many minutes in an hour. Everyone is not your customer, and you cannot, you can't speak to the lowest denominator. You have to speak to your common denominator. And most people are like you. Your people are your people. Your customers are your customers because they like you. And the people do business with people. And if your people are willing to sit and be served by you, they're willing to further that relationship. There are so many customers out there wanting to do more business with you. They want to continue it one day a month, or once every 2 weeks, or once every week even. They want to do more business with you and support you. By offering them products, you're just giving them more opportunities to do so.
Absolutely. And so that is a perfect segue into the next question that I want to ask, or the next thing I want to talk about is, so you said that we need to be selling quarantine kits. Just understand this, people. When we're out of isolation, you still should have a convenience kit, right? Your products to go. If you want to get super fancy, have somebody print you up some fancy logo so you can brand your own thing. Put a personal note in there. Secondly, this is the opportunity for you. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. Though she started selling this braid during the quarantine as a quarantine kit, I could see myself buying pieces like this, like on a regular basis, because who doesn't need the little hair piece? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Have it in case you're going somewhere. Wait, I'm getting my hook. See?
Okay, get your hook together. While she gets her hook together, I'm going to finish telling y'all what I was telling you real quick, okay? And I hope, how many of y'all have gone online? Well, they may not be able to because they may be on their phone doing this, but y'all better go to AMPRO Gel and get this bonnets for wholesale. I might have some quarantine kits that I'm selling people. I don't know. But I want to make sure that you all know this too, okay? Right, this is the opportunity for you to really cast a wider net, because all of your customers don't have to be local. If you have customers who travel all the time, like I'm normally gone a lot, but this obviously has made a lot of us be grounded. But you can now cast a wider net and attract new customers, because everybody's concerned about, if I teach them how to do it, then they won't come back. That's a lot. Again, I don't want to do my hair. I just don't want the corona, okay? I just don't want the corona, and my health is more important to me than my hair, okay? So let's be honest. But you can now start hosting, you can host classes, you can be doing consultations. Let me tell you something that while Lori and I talked about this morning. She said that, if you're a barber, or if you are a makeup artist, manicurist, or a hairstylist, the goal should be not to be in your salon every day, standing behind a chair or sitting in your chair doing service. The goal should be to diversify that so all of your streams of income aren't coming from one place. So, for instance, you do have a customer base right now, when we are not in the middle of an isolation period, that don't want to come to your salon. Maybe Tuesdays can be the day that you do your home visits and you go to their home and you do their hair. You upcharge that. I know people. I would have somebody come to my house because I don't really want to drive people. So I can stay at home. Then that means that I can do what I need to do. You can do my hair. I don't want to care if you charge me an extra $50 for that travel fee, right? And then it gets you out of the office. Or you should be hosting consultations or webinars with your clients, right? You can do one day a week. You do a live where you're just showing people techniques, and then you have a period where you're like, I'm booking one-to-one consultations. Of course, you can charge more. Instead of charging $150 for a consultation, you charge $50 because you're not actually going, or you charge $50 and you send them the $25 kit. Bam. Okay? Bam. Then you show them exactly what to do. So, missed opportunities. Can you talk a little bit about how you've seen some folks just in your network across the globe, how they've been repurposing this time and reimagining the way that they do business, Camille?
Well, first, I think that I wanted to suggest that every single stylist or barber or beauty professional, makeup artist, etc., make sure they have a Facebook group. It's extremely important that you're able to communicate directly to your community, because they want to hear directly from you. Of course, we send out messages and they might be friends of yours on your regular platform, but that's not as intimate. Having a Facebook group where you can directly communicate everything that's going on with your business, one, opposed to a page, the Facebook group alerts will go directly into someone's inbox. So as soon as you post something, everybody's notified about it. At this point, I think people should be using such avenues to post good games, like who's going to be the first client to reach the chair. Ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be first. Okay.
No.
Everybody's going to want to be first to get in the chair. But communication is key. And any way that you can try to communicate to your clientele that, one, all of the safety requirements that you're doing right now to make sure your business is ready for them when the doors open back up. That's key. Two, what's your schedule going to be like? What's going to be new? What's going to be different? It's a new world that we're going into, and everybody needs to be prepared for what's going to be going on there. Three, when it comes to, streams of income, you need to be ready to pivot or to open yourself up and offer things. One way that I think is a good way to do that is by joining some of these professional associations. So I think that people in this community need to join the Professional Beauty Association. It's one of many, but it's one organization that was ready to step in and stand in the gap during COVID, offering grants and loans and aid and communicating on behalf of this population to the government, making sure the government was aware of the needs of these people. They also have many other opportunities and ideas that they share via their networks to help people, to help open doors for stylists who are even beyond the chair or behind the chair or whatever, to be able to increase what they're doing and increase their streams of revenue. So get involved. Really, get involved with the industry. Don't just be an outlier. Get involved in the industry the same way teachers get involved with their, what's the word?
With their associations, with
their associations and their unions. Absolutely.
Right. Because what people don't understand is that they act as lobbyists for you on Capitol Hill when things are happening. This is why I'm a big advocate for people understanding the business that you're in, because so many people make being in the beauty profession transactional. All you think about is that one transaction, but it has to be bigger than that. And so it's almost like they have a hourly mindset, even though they work for themselves. You have to think bigger, because you want to think, who knows my name? Because you want other people to be your ambassadors. If I'm the only person talking about Sherica, that's a problem. If I'm the only person talking about the summit, that's a problem. Other people have got to be talking about it. Other people have got to be advocates for you and saying your name. You want to know what's happening. You want people to know that you're doing something new. You want to stay relevant. You want to stay cutting edge, because if you haven't been in the salon, what are we now, 5 weeks, 6 weeks? 5 or 6 weeks? Yes, 7. Okay, 5 to 7. We don't know. 5 to 7 weeks. So if you haven't been communicating about your trade in that amount of time, have you lost relevance?
Mm-hmm.
And if you have, this is a good time to make a comeback. Okay?
Yeah.
So you definitely want to make a comeback.
I certainly understand that, being in the public eye may not be for everyone. A lot of people like being behind the chair because it's just where they feel most comfortable. But again, that's where I think a Facebook group shines. You can make it private. You can make it by invitation only. And there you can converse simply with the people who you expect to see every week in their chair. And those people who are, shop buddies and shop best friends, can communicate with each other. And then you're developing your community. Your community continues to grow. And you can talk more about what your services are. There are a lot of people who are getting into doing new things or getting into trying new styles, color, and all that other kind of stuff. That's the appropriate place to be able to continue to connect with your people, even during times like this.
I love it.
No, I think stylists are more than just stylists.
Me too.
They're more than just hair.
Yes. And people buy you. People buy you. There are tons of people that are doing hair. There's tons of people. I actually could do my own hair. True story. I could do my own hair. I work for myself. I actually have a management consulting business, not just the summit. But I work for myself, so I can pay somebody else to do that, do my nails, do my makeup when I'm going to be on TV or in the media in some way. I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. I want to pay somebody else to do it. Okay? It's a luxury. It's a creature comfort. I'm a creature. Yeah. It's a comfort. I'm here for it. That's what we call it. It's not a need. It's a want.
To me, it's also like a therapy session. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're sitting in the chair. You're getting this is you time. This is you time. Even when I go visit stylists who are on my team, I'm like, I'm sorry that I'm interrupting, but I need a little something. And then I excuse myself as quickly as I can, because I know that the customer or the client who's in their chair, this is their time. They're going, that's their back and forth session with their professional. So I really think that you can take that away from the shop during times like this, and bring that into another setting so that you can continue that communication with your clients.
Absolutely. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of that. If you're not a part of any beauty associations, you definitely want to become a part of them. And this is something that I also tell all of my clients across the board. The biggest mistake that I see people make in any industry, doesn't matter, is that they only network with people that look like them, and they only network with the people that do what they do. Well, that means that you're only leveraging the knowledge and experience of people who do exactly what you do. You need to be talking to business people. You need to be leverage your client network. I have intellectual property. People pay me good money for these business cards. But if you have doctors in your chair, you have all of these things, this is the time. If you have doctors that you could have been asking them, hey, what do we need to be doing? Then you can post them in your group when you quote, do your Facebook group. So grateful for my client, Dr. So-and-so, who's keeping me up to speed on what I need to do to protect myself and you when we come back to the chair. So you see how you're making it a reciprocal relationship, and it's not just transactional. Can you talk about the importance of leveraging their network, Camille, and really understanding what their clients do?
Oh, that's paramount. I mean, you got to know where they're going, right? Who they're going to be around, what type of impression they're trying to make. I mean, I really think that stylists who are actually good in their profession, it's not because they style the best hair. It's because they style the best hair for their particular client. And it's very good to know who you're working with, because you never know where they'll be able to help you when you need it in the future, right? Or how you can make yourself more accessible to them if they ever need help in the future. For example, when I'm doing photo shoots or mainly photo shoots at this point, or when I'm traveling and doing trade shows, there are always opportunities sometimes for me to sometimes reach out and need an extra hand or extra help here and there. But no one would know that if they didn't know who it was that was sitting in their chair, if that makes any sense. That's a kind of
Yep.
a long way around for me to come around and say that, but it's the truth. You don't know who other people know. So I think it's good to be open to communicate what you're willing to do, what you're open to, your experiences, and then also your knowledge. As you're having your therapy sessions in the chair, offer, which I know stylists do this. You know, you're not just a listening ear, but you also are offering comfort and offering advice, so that when people come back up, or when it comes back up, people will be like, you know who you need to talk to. You need to go make an appointment. You go make an appointment because, you know, she offers much more than just pressing curls. Yes.
See, so good, so good. So make sure you know who your clients are, what they do. Make sure you're plugging them. Make sure they're plugging you. One other thing that we talked about this morning, which I think is going to be important for for tonight as well, Camille, is the importance of tagging the brands that you're using, because they should know your name if you're using their product. You're already paying them. They should know you and know that you're available and know that you're consistently using their products. Let me put a pause right there. Something that I meant to say earlier, you need a separate page. You need a page that just talks about the work that you do, just talks about the industry, not when we're seeing your babies, your grandbabies. No, you need a page that's just about the industry, because when a brand like AMPRO Gel or a brand like Eden Body Works comes to look for you, they want to see consistency talking about the product, talking about the work, talking about the industry. Can you speak to that, Camille, and why it's important for them to tag the brands if they're using the product?
I have so many thoughts on this. And I think it's because one of my first key roles at AMPRO was for social networking and public relations. So I've actually been in social networking since MySpace was hot.
Literally. Oh, that's a MySpace.
Literally. That's the first platform I was working on.
But was MySpace ever hot, though? I mean, did it really take off?
MySpace was banging. Quit.
First of all, by show of hands, use the little thing on your tools at the bottom. How many of y'all know what MySpace
like 30
is?
times, because MySpace was
Look, okay, we got a couple folks. We got a couple people that know.
MySpace was hot. It was popping. Anyway, so I've been in the game quite a bit. And I was actually talking to a friend the other day about how when her social media first started to grow, and that's Magic Finger Studio, how she actually chose to focus on her skills versus becoming an influencer that was like a brand ambassador, or just, you know, because it can become inauthentic if it's not done well. So if you are not a fan of a particular product, just leave it alone. You know what I mean? You don't have to. Yeah, because you can run the risk of being negative, which is what we see all the time now, is where people are people are talking about products, but every product they try is not one that they like. And there's a certain class of people who can get into that, and they like to see, oh, girl, you know. But when it comes to a brand, even if you're not talking
reputational damage, don't do the reputational damage.
Well, but even if you're not talking about my product, I'm going to be less likely to want to work with you because you don't ever have anything nice to say, and you might love my product, but I can't run the risk. You see what I'm saying? I look for authenticity when I'm looking for people who I want to rep the brand. And usually I already know who these people are, because they didn't just start tagging me. They've been tagging me. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I like it when people try new things, but I think that people need to be careful when they're getting into the influencer life, because you got to know how you're coming off, if that makes any sense. So
Camille's she's trying to be all nice and PC. Let me go ahead and hit you with it, okay? Let me give you the 1-2. Here's the 1-2. What she's saying is, as a business, when they think about who's going to rep their brand, they want to know how you're carrying yourself when you don't like something. So what you can't do, because if you'll do it to them, you'll do it to us too. And we can't run the risk of you being a loose cannon out here flipping off because today you love us and then tomorrow you don't. So that speaks to judgment and professionalism, which is why I'm saying, because some of the people that I know, they do excellent work. They're excellent hairstylists, excellent makeup artists, excellent manicurists, excellent barbers. However, they exhibit poor judgment because you go into a store, you have a bad experience with something. Now, all of a sudden, you're trash in the store, not thinking future. I'm like, that's fine if you don't ever plan to evolve and grow your brand. But if you ever are thinking about putting something in Walmart, you know this. What you put on social media lasts forever, even if you take it down, because people can screenshot with their smartphones. Let me give you a prime example. This happens. So we get real life examples. Okay? Here. So this happened. So I was bidding on some work, a contract, right? I work with a lot of municipalities all over the country. So we were bidding on some work. Let me tell you what they do. They go in and they see how you, because I can't say I'm going to do leadership development or executive coaching or strategy for you, and I have poor judgment. So they looked at all of my social media. They wanted to know. They went back as far as 5 years to see how I manage and handle myself on social media. So that's another thing. And I know somebody recently who ran for office, and they went back and they looked at all of her past statements from when she was in college, before she was thinking about running for office, because somebody didn't manage that right. Somebody should have scrubbed that. But anywho, but it stays forever. That's my point, is you need a separate page that's just about the work, but also know if your other page, you're going to have to manage those opinions, because if all you're thinking about doing forever is standing behind your chair or working in your salon, then you're probably safe. But if you want to get into being a brand ambassador, being an influencer, getting paid to not actually use your hands, but getting paid to rep the brand, then you're going to have to start really being more thoughtful and intentional about the way that you're navigating these spaces.
Yeah, I do think people should keep things separate if they can. If you're not going to monitor both pages, then just edit yourself on the pages that you are going to monitor, because what you say matters. And like you say, Sherica, even with stylists I've seen, and you pull up their timeline and it's a bunch of complaints, and they might not be complaining about their products. Their life, their children, their coworkers,
their customers.
The clients. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But the vibe that you get is, and they might be the best in the world, the most artistic, the most creative, but the vibe is not one that speaks work with me. To me, it doesn't even sit in my chair. If it's immediately complaining, like, what do you really want to be doing? This ain't it.
Right.
So I really think that before people get real big and busy with what they put on out there, they need to take a step back and see if that's really how they want people to view who they are. Period. I think that's a life lesson. I really think
that's good. That's just the degree of decorum, of professionalism, true professionalism, and also judgment. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm someone, before you can do my hair, before you can do anything, first of all, I need to know how you move throughout the earth. I am serious about my brand. My brand matters. It's how I make money. People believe that I make good judgment decisions because I'm advising their business. And then also, that's another reason why I can't be on pictures with everybody. I'm taking the pictures with my phone because I need to control the post. I don't know you. I don't know what you're out here doing. Or I've seen your post and I'm like, he reckless. I can't fool with you like that. No, right. Thank you. No, thank you. But it's because I am not narrow-sighted. When I think about my business, if all you want to do is be local, then you're winning. Keep moving in that direction. But if you really want to expand your brand, enlarge your territory, do something different, do something bigger and better, and not work as hard, then you got to be willing to shift and pivot and make some changes. We like to call it pruning. Because we're in the gardening season. I am not a gardener. I buy flowers every week, fresh flowers to my house. Okay? But But I do know that you have to prune them if you want them to continue to grow, which means we have to be willing to edit. You can't be married to staying the same. You have to be willing to evolve. So let's talk about this. So I have a lot of people who talk about making their own products, getting them to market, wanting to see themselves in stores, and or maybe wanting to sell their products to someone like an AMPRO. Can you walk us through sort of what that looks like, high level, though, but can you walk us through that?
Yeah. So,
and that doesn't mean start reaching out to her trying to do that. No, we don't.
no, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think that business plans were a waste of time. But the longer I've been in my career, the more I understand really the importance of having a full plan, not just what product you want to offer, but to whom you want to offer it, at what price, demographics, sales channels, pricing, wholesale pricing versus bulk pricing. You really have to have that all the way through thought out before you take that initial step to invest any money in anything. I would say that if you have an idea for something, the very first thing you should do is try and trademark the name or the product, period. Especially if it's a product that has never been seen before. The first thing you do is lock that down under trademark. Don't speak it to anyone. Don't release it on social media until you have covered yourself. Because once it's out there, anything can happen. And I've actually worked with people before that, anyway. But
no, you know what? We got to talk about it. This is something that I think is so odd. So many people do the finna. I'm gonna do this. I'm getting ready to. This is what's next. Watch me work. I'm more of I lay low, I make a couple of moves, and then I lay low again. The next thing you know is I did it. Why are you spending all of your time talking about what you're gonna do? Stop. Stop giving people play-by-play of what you're gonna do, because what you're also doing is you're giving them time to counteract what you do, counterattack. Here's a known fact. One of the things that you don't do, and Camille just said it, right? People, there are lurkers out here that look for people to go that post prematurely. I hate the premature post. That wait on you to post prematurely so they can go trademark the name so they can say they had it first. They don't, and they just let it sit there. All they have to do is submit the trademark paperwork.
Or they make you buy it from them, when you do.
Exactly. And you need to go ahead and secure your website name. Just go ahead and secure the URL. People don't just go ahead and go there and buy it. Buy the domain name. Because what you don't want is you don't want to put your name out there and then somebody, you're like, I'm getting ready to start this skincare line. It's going to be called Beauty is Me. Okay, I'm getting ready. You posted that. Somebody went right on GoDaddy and bought the Beauty is Me website name. Now you got to call your website something totally different because now they own that domain name. Foolishness. Stop it, people.
And I will also say that one other venture that I was involved with from the beginning had a really great idea, but thought their idea was proprietary. And they came out with their subscription box. And then a month later, someone else came out with their subscription box. Both subscription boxes were targeted toward the same group of people. Person A sent person B a cease and desist letter because they thought it was their idea and no one else should be able to run with their idea. Both companies are hugely successful now. So even if somebody comes up with an idea that is yours, it doesn't mean that they're the only one that can move forward with it. Still move forward with your idea. You just have to do it in a way where you're protecting yourself. Because there are 400 million people in America and one company cannot service them all. I mean, that's why there's a bunch of different jails around. People have choice. People can choose who they want to do business with. So even if, it seems as if your idea is not going to go forward, continue to move forward and learn lessons as you move forward. But getting back to your original question, Sherica, I think it's not as simple as I'm just going to start a brand and get my product out there. The more you know about the business and your consumer and who you want to target and the price point you want to offer, whether you want to do it online or in store, are you going to partner with beauty supply stores or not? I mean, are you going to partner with stylists? You need to know all of that information before making your first move to do anything. Chart it out, plan it out, and that way you'll have less confusion as you're moving through your process.
Less confusion. And I posted there because, again, you can know hair, you can know nails, you can know beauty, you can know all of that. But if you know all of that and you don't know business, you have a problem. So let's eliminate the problem. Let's do the work. So that's why I posted right now. You have a lot of time, but let me tell you something. Success is going to cost you money anyway. And if you're already successful, there's no reason for you not to be more successful. You can take free classes right now through the end of July on SophiaLearning.com, who partners with a lot of colleges. So just take the courses that you need, if it's marketing, if it's business.
Southwest.
If it's finance, because you need to understand the financial part of business. So finance 101, entrepreneurial finance. Those are some good classes for you to consider taking. Marketing, really understand what marketing means, because everybody thinks, this is what one of my pet peeves. People think marketing is because you went on some website and you made your own flyer and you posted it up that you're marketing. You're not. And I say that
it's part of marketing.
It's a part of marketing, but that's not even right. If that's not right, that's not right. So what we're saying, because we want you to win, we want you to be successful, and we really want you to make much more money, than you can make. Even if you're making a lot of money right now, you could probably be making much more money than you're making. So Camille, tell us, what are the top 3 tips that you would give to someone right now who's like, yep, I'm ready to shift and pivot? What do you want to see them do?
Join a professional association. Period. Point blank. 2, establish a form of communication that works with your consumer. Be it Facebook, be it snail mail, be it email. There is some type of communication that works with your consumer, and you need to start there and blow it out. Number 3, plan. Know your end result, know where you want to go, and then plan back up how you're going to get there. Even if you don't know exactly what it is you need to do first, something comes before the end. So when you know what that is, then you can start thinking, what do I have to do before I even get to point B? Oh, I need to do this. The more you plan, the more you have to research, the more that you will be successful when it comes to reaching your end goal. There will be less waste of time, less waste of money, and less waste of effort. It might seem needless. Like I said, I thought business plans were ridiculous, but they're actually some of the most important things you can do when you're getting started down any path. Know where you want to go.
Know where it is you want to go. And I'm with her. I asked us our business plans were ridiculous too, believe it or not. And I operated for a very long time without one. But I can tell you why she's saying that. Is because if you're willing to sit down and do the work and the research to put one together, you're serious about it.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, you're serious about it. Because you'll find out things you didn't even know you needed to know. So, Camille, you also do consulting. You help professionals. You help people in the beauty industry outside of your day gig. You also have your own side consulting firm where people, if they want to book some time, they can work with you to market. They can work with you to do these things on a consulting basis. But tell me how they will get in touch with you if they want to do that.
My website is Camille, like my first name, and a dash, and Wright, WRIGHT.com. The contact us page there is really the best way to reach me.
Mhm.
Or you can email me at Camille Wright 1111 at gmail.com. And that's actually probably the second best way to reach me. All of my friends and other coworkers will tell you that calling me is ridiculous.
3 1, Camille? Is that 3 1? Camille Wright, 3 1?
411111.
Gotcha.
I don't respond to calls very well. It is something terrible. But I'm very, very.
She does not, and she likes me, and she does not respond to calls very well. But what she will do is respond to an email. She will. She will do that. She means well. She means well. But if you want to do business, you go on to that Camille-Wright, and I put all of this in chat. So make sure you screenshot it. .com page, use the contact us page to schedule some time, because time is money. So you want to use the most efficient way to get in touch with her, so you'll be able to make your appointment, because we want you to be able to make your appointment, right?
Yeah.
So let's do that.
I like to tell people the best thing that I'm good at is helping people stop wasting time, because I don't have time for that.
Well, you don't have time for people to waste time. Listen, okay, that's a whole word. She said she does not have time for people to waste time. This is how she's living her life. This is what she said, people. Okay? She does not have time for people to waste time. She said it. I did not.
Time is money.
I did not say it. I did not say it. So, well, Camille, this has been such a great conversation. I don't think that there was a better use of time on a Friday night than to help people be better positioned to run their business. So definitely want to make sure that you guys are taking full advantage of all the information that has been shared with you tonight. Make sure that you do that. And if you're not following her on social media, make sure that you are following her on social media. You can follow her at Camille Wright. At Millie Ticket. And I put that in the chat. You can scroll back up. It's in the chat history to see where you can follow her at. Make sure that you get on her mailing list on her page and stay connected to her. And you probably see on your screen that I am a part of the Women United board and for the United Way. And we have a campaign going on right now to get personal protective gear in the hands of the frontline workers at the Salvation Army, and I need your help. So for $20, they can get 20 masks, and they go directly to the Salvation Army. You can text COVID relief to 91999, or you can just go on healthgearnow.com, and you'll see where you can order that for the United Way, and then those proceeds will go for those masks. In addition to that, Jelana Faulkner, who was our guest earlier today, this afternoon, she owns that company. She's a woman-owned business, a minority-owned business, and this is her company, Health Gear Now. She's also donating a portion of the proceeds from the sale of the mask back to United Way. So you get to help 2 times, and the entire amount is tax deductible. So if you can only do $20, we'd appreciate it. That's 20 masks. If you could do more than that, please, 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 please. We need them. We need to keep our frontline workers safe that are helping our community. So I need your help to do that, please, and thank you. And as soon as we wrap up tonight, I need you to do the survey. There's a survey that's going to automatically pop up in your screen. Please make sure that you do the survey so we can get the feedback. We want to make sure that we hear from you because you are our customers. So I want to hear from you so we can stay connected and we can continue to bring you programming that you need and content that's important to you. And so thank you all so much. If you're not following Total Woman Summit or Sherica Hymes on Instagram, you should be. Follow me at Total Woman Summit, all one word, TOTALWOMAN Summit, SUMMIT, and follow me at Sherica, SHERICA Hymes, HYMES. Is that your website?
No, this is my donation.
That's so thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I need all of you all to do that because we've got to get this protective gear, particularly with us opening up the world again. They're going to be able to serve more people. Keeping them safe keeps us safe because it helps us flatten the curve. So let's do that. And I thank you all for rocking with me all week for the first week of the Total Woman Summit Virtual Workshop Series. We'll be back to you on Monday. Make sure you sign up. You don't want to miss anything. And here's the secret. You want to sign up for the Total Woman Summit Inner Circle. You can do that on my website, totalwomansummit.com. You want to sign up because I'm going to have special news about all of the sessions that we do, all 22 sessions, all 26 speakers, all 11 days. I have a special treat for those that are in the Summit Inner Circle. But you won't get it if you're not in the Inner Circle, so get connected. Don't miss out. Anywho, thank you so much, Camille. It's been a joy having you. You have dropped some real nuggets. Turn around and let us see the back of this hair. We got to see it.
I can't because I didn't see it myself. So.
Oh, okay. I understand. We see the style. Okay, it's cute. It's cute. It's super cute.
I gotta be COVID
it's
cute.
COVID cute. Come on, say what you're saying. I love it. So we thank you all so much for being with us tonight. We hope you have a lovely evening and a wonderful weekend. And I will see you again on Monday at noon. Have a great evening. Good night.